Welcome to the pitchside studio. Here we are full house right here. Look at this beautiful trophy right in the center. This is what they're playing for. Me alongside Zainab and of course Waqar and Mike Hazeman. Welcome to all of you. We've done well, 33 matches and we're still going good. Saved ourselves from many things that's happening around us. But we'll start off with you, Waqar. The big news. It seems like Islamabad United have got a vending machine. They hide some players, they bring them back. It's Paul Sterling who's now going to be joining Alex Hales.
Yeah, that's massive news for Islamabad United. I mean, they got their big boys back. I mean, they started off beautifully, that tournament, and really put them in a stage where they didn't really need to win too many games to, go up at next level. So now they started coming back. Just before this, they looked like a team who was handicapped. Now they're the team to actually follow or to sort of bank on.
Yep.
I mean, you look at Islamabad United, Hazy, and of course, Paul Sterling has made a comeback, and then Alex Hales. So they've got their main players back in the side. They're a team that has relied on their, foreign players to do well for them. Even in the past, we've spoken about how they had Luke Ronchi and a couple of other power hitters. So they're looking good right now.
Well, I'm starting to wonder if they get in the final, does that mean that Munro's going to be suddenly appearing? Is he going to be fit now? If that fractured arm is suddenly healed and he's going to be okay? But, I mean, these are the two guys that set it alight in Karachi. So, I mean, these are firepower players, and that's going to make a massive difference. When they get together, and you play bat for like 8 overs, 9 overs together, I mean, then they're guaranteed a very big total. So it's really good to see that they're back for the betterment of the game. I don't know what the Lahore Collins will be saying about it. Suddenly, boys coming in and playing, but that's the rules, and they can do it, I guess. They got to finish their campaign, finish his national duties, and he's back.
Well, if I was going to ask you about these two teams, what really separates them? Would you give one edge over the other?
Look, I think it's a very good bowling against a very good batting. Lahore Qalandar, when you talk about fast bowling or the options they have, they're fantastic with the new ball. They pick up early wicket in Shaheen's way. And then you look at the other side, it's different. They got a great batting. I mean, they're all pumped up. Shaheen was out here way earlier than the team, and he was just going around the ground and trying to get the feel of the place and just trying to visualize, I guess, that they can win it. So all what he's doing right now is bringing that confidence and also, of course, pumping them up.
He was actually here when we arrived. That's how early he got in today, which is about 4 hours before we started preparation.
From an Islamabad United perspective, Hassan Ali took 3 wickets yesterday, which augurs well for them. He's not been in great form, but to see him, take those 3 wickets, that's going to give them a lot of confidence in today's game.
Well, he's not called the generator for nothing. I mean, when he's performing well, he lifts the other guys as well. And watching on the sidelines and watching him play, you could see how frustrated he has been throughout the HBL PSL 7. He didn't bowl very well. He's going in like 12s, I think, on average. Particularly in Karachi, he got a nice little hammering, and they're injured for a game when Mashant, not 2 games, when Mashant Delunga came in. So for him to come back and perform and pick up 3 for 31, that was really good for him, and I think also the team, because they will feed off him.
Well, let's talk about, of course, Islamabad United. And if you recall what happened yesterday, now the Hales factor, that impact that he has when he comes into the 11. 62 of 49 yesterday, led the way in that chase. Let's have a look again.
Before we go any further, I will say that he should have been stumped on naught. I don't know, I still don't understand how Harris missed that. He was out by about 1.5 meters. But anyway, he played some pretty tidy shots after that, and basically didn't have any sleep. He just arrived with the plane and started to play and played pretty well from there on. And when he gets runs like that, I mean, it makes a huge difference to the momentum of the side of the top. And that's where these games are won or lost. The power play is solid, then they keep going and go past that turnover mark, and they're set for a reasonable total.
I don't think Alex Hales like you. I don't think
Not anymore?
Not after you mentioning that he should have been out
on naught.
Yeah.
It's third ball of the game.
I think he was given his opportunities, but you can't deny the kind of impact he has on Islamabad United, because you look at the figures that you've got. 9.52 is the run rate with Hales, and without Hales, there's a considerable drop. So it shows you the kind of influence he has on that side.
Look, that was the reason that they were desperate for him to come back. I'm not sure how they got him back, because, there must have been a lot of phone calls and talking to them, and Paul Sterling is back. And I think Islamabad United, and I know for a fact because I've been part of that group, that they work really hard on this sort of things, bringing in people, what do we need, the data factor. I mean, they all work really deeply into it, and they got everyone back now.
I don't think he ever left, I'm telling you. He was somewhere around. Okay, now when you talk about the weaker sides of these two teams, let's talk about Lahore's batting. Depending on Fakhar Zaman a lot, and we've discussed a lot about their batting order. I'll ask Hazy, how do you see them doing anything different today when you talk about their batting and the load on this man?
Look, I mean, his performances have been amazing, and he's scored a lot of runs so far, 584 runs at a strike rate of just under 160. And when you've got someone scoring those sort of runs at that sort of strike rate, it makes a massive dent in an opposition. And he's only gone under 53 times out of the 11 knocks so far. I mean, Harry Brook played beautifully and got that 100, so Mohammad Hafiz is going to have to step up, and he's played a couple of handy knocks as well. So I don't think it's totally just him, but maybe about 3/4 just him.
Yeah, I mean, Fakhar Zaman, we've spoken about him and what he's contributed. But the rest of them, apart from that one-off innings that Hazy is talking about, you've got Kamran Ghulam, you've got Mohammad Hafiz. They haven't really contributed Abdullah Shafiq the way they should be.
I think their weak link has been Mohammad Hafiz. I feel that he hasn't really hit the strides yet. I mean, this might be his day, you never know, but very much capable that he can win you game single-handedly. Very handy bowler also. Yes, Abdullah Shafiq, I think, has also been not in his true color. He started out well. He got few runs in the beginning, but then he just sort of, it was a downhill from there on. Very fine player, without a doubt. But yeah, they all got to step up if they want to beat this Islamabad United.
I think they should open with Phil Salt today. He's done very little down there. I think Phil Salt, get him at the top there. Let him play his natural game. Just get after him straight away like he does in the 100 and the 20 over comps in England.
You're the captain of the commentary team, I'm telling you. You're so right. We'll let you go.
I'll agree with you.
Yep, you have to give us the pitch report. If you were to choose, which side do you think is going to make it today?
I think momentum's with Islamabad.
Okay.
And that's a big word in this form of the game.
Thank you so much.
What a fabulous atmosphere building here at Gaddafi Stadium. We're here for essentially the knockout game, and it is Lahore Qalandars taking on Islamabad United. दोनों teams जो हैं अच्छा मुकाबला होगा क्योंकि Islamabad जो है, it seems like they're peaking at the right time. Marina बताएंगी कि उनका क्या ख्याल है. Marina has joined us. Marina, Islamabad बड़े अच्छे टाइम पे जीती है. पॉल स्टर्लिंग भी वापस आ गए हैं. एलेक्स हेल्स को मौके मिले लेकिन चल गए हैं. तो क्या कहेंगी आज के मैच के बारे में? ओवरऑल ऑफ कोर्स लाहौर की कुछ वीकनेसेस हैं. आपके मुताबिक कौन सी टीम ज्यादा स्ट्रांग है?
देखिए, मुझे लगता है इस्लामाबाद ने बड़ा अच्छा, वो कहते हैं ना, चकमा दिया है. एलेक्स हेल्स को भी वापस ले आए, स्टर्लिंग को भी पहले निकाल दिया, अब आ गए. तो थोड़ा सा ऑब्वियसली दूसरे कैंप में टेंशन जरूर होगी. हेल्स ने जिस तरह की इनिंग्स खेली है, और लाहौर का एक ही मसला सबसे बड़ा चल रहा है बैटिंग का. वो आई थिंक एंड आई होप कि आज सॉर्ट आउट कर लें. बट इस तरह की जीत कल इस्लामाबाद ने ली है, मोमेंटम और कॉन्फिडेंस काफ़ी होगा उनके पास.
चलिए, हम बात कर रहे हैं एलिमिनेटर 2 की, लेकिन साथ साथ याद रहे कि इमीडिएटली फाइनल के बाद ऑस्ट्रेलिया की टीम एक्चुअली फाइनल वाले दिन ही यहाँ पर पहुँच जाएगी. ये एक बहुत बड़ा मुकाबला है. 24 साल बाद ऑस्ट्रेलिया आ रहा है. हमारे साथ हमारे गेस्ट वकार यूनिस हैं. वो हमें बताएंगे कि क्या एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हैं इस टेस्ट सीरीज से जो 3 डिफरेंट वेन्यूज हैं. माइक हेजमैन के साथ से आइए सुनते हैं.
Right, I've got a chance to have a chat to Waqar Yunus now about the TikTok Test Series coming up, the Test Series between Pakistan and Australia. Waqar, first of all, let's just get right into it. What do you think is the strength of the Pakistan side?
Look, I think Pakistan team is playing really great. I mean, test matches, they've been outstanding. They played really well in South Africa, played well in Pakistan also just recently. And test match cricket is all about picking up 20 wickets. And I feel the bowlers we have got at the moment in the shape of Shaheen, Hassan Ali and Fahim and all that, and they bowl really well in test matches. They are the strength. If we can pick up 20 wickets, we have got a fair chance.
What about the Australians? I mean, you follow obviously Pakistan cricket very closely, but you keep an eye on the Australians. How do you rate them?
Look, they're always a very fine side. It's not the first time they're coming, and they're such a great side. I mean, just winning a series, the Ashes series in Australia, that's big. So the morale is really good. Good that they're all coming. They're all the massive, the big team coming up. So I think they're very, very good side. They've got a very balanced side. They've got, good bowling, and they've got a very experienced batting side now also. So it's going to be tough for Pakistan, but I'm really looking forward.
Your mindset just about always goes towards the fast bowlers, and that's understandable. So what do you think Pakistan should do with the pitches? Or what would you do to the pitches, rather, in starting with Islamabad? What about the tracks? What do they
Look, in
prepare?
Islamabad, I think you will always find a good pitch. It won't be like a fast pitch. We can prepare it because the cold weather in Islamabad has been a little bit, more cooler than this. So I feel that, it's going to be a good pitch. It's not going to really, turn big, and it's going to keep seaming around a little bit. So I think it'll be a good test match wicket.
And moving on from
there to Karachi. Karachi might be a little bit of turner.
Yep.
I feel that reverse swing might come into play. The spinners come into play, and when we come here, this is normally very slow and low. It's going to be a hard work. It's not going to be easy. You got to really dig deep to score runs also, and also get wickets.
And how big will reverse swing be in the series?
It is going to be massive, depending on exactly what they'll decide on pitches. If the pitches are what we're seeing right now in T20 cricket, the bare pitches, there's no grass on it, then definitely reverse swing come a big time.
Now, let's go back to 94, test match in Karachi.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Okay, it's a long story, because me and Mushi always had this competition that who's going to bat at number 10 and who's going to bat at number 11 sometime. So I was promoted up the order, and as usual, I didn't make many. And then Mushi went in, and he put up a partnership with Inzi, because Inzi was a lone man standing there for a long time, but nobody was really giving him that partnership or a cushion. And he actually batted superbly. They put up a partnership of 57, I think,
right.
And they both played superbly. And we got a little lucky right at the end when
so
we're
deep in day five. Deep in day five.
Yeah. It was a massive series.
Yeah. And the result was?
Pardon?
The result was?
The result was Pakistan won
By
1 wicket.
Brilliant, outstanding. Okay, Waka, thanks for your views. It's going to be a wonderful series. I bet you're looking forward to it.
I am indeed. I mean, it's going to be big, and we're all going to be involved in it, and hopefully we're going to have big crowds. And it's been after a long time, so it should be a massive series.
Certainly, sure. Since '98, so it's going to be a massive one. Tickets, by the way, it was announced that they're going to be on sale, I think, as of today, if I'm not mistaken, but they were all released yesterday. They're on sale very soon if they're not on sale now. It's going to be wonderful. The TikTok series, the Test Match series, Pakistan versus Australia. Make sure you get there. Get there live. It makes a big difference.
Yeah, massive series coming up, Pakistan versus Australia, and we hope कि जिस तरह के crowds हमने PSL में देखे हैं तब भी देखें, because उतना ही level है series का. And मजे की chat थी between Hazy and Wakar bhai. He was talking about reverse swing. Definitely knew a thing or two about that. The man on my right.
ठंड बढ़ गई है इतनी कि आज तो एरन को भी जैकेट पहननी पड़ गई. आए चेक करते हैं वेदर.
Well, बहुत सारी है. It is very cold here at Gaddafi Stadium at the moment. But one thing that is red hot is certainly going to be the action of Eliminator 2 today. And the Lahore crowd has turned up to support their boys. So it's really vibing here at the moment. I'm loving my time out here, besides the fact it is freezing cold. But what can we expect for the weather conditions? Let's have a little look today. It's currently 16 degrees, getting down to 13 degrees, and I feel like about 6 though, I'm telling you. 89% humidity, so we were thinking perhaps it might rain a little later on today, but fingers crossed I'm doing my anti-rain dance to make sure that doesn't happen. And then 11 km/h hawa.
Thank you, Aaron. वाकई बहुत ठंड है आज, और बड़ी सिंपल सी बात है, अगर बारिश होगी तो लाहौर खुशियां मनाएगा, because they will be through to the finals if that happens. चले वेदर का तो हाल हमने जान लिया, अब जानते हैं कि पिच का क्या हाल है. It's over to Mike Haseman.
First thing I want to tell you, it's a little bit chilly out in the middle. Now, it's not going to worry anyone at all, apart from the players having to warm up a little bit. One thing I do want to mention, there's a little bit of a breeze around the place, and that's good news, because that means there's probably going to be no dew on the outfield. Now, we've been quite lucky over the last few games when it's been a bit warm out there. There's been a little bit of reverse swing. There was a little bit of dew last night, just a fraction. But at the moment, there's this breeze coming, and that's probably going to sweep through for the whole game, so hopefully no dew. The other thing I want to point out, this is pitch number 1. Now, this is pretty much right in the middle of that stand, and it's a track that's often used for the test matches. So that means, of course, it's going to be one of the better pitches. Okay, so let me tell you about some of the games that have been here. 2 games in particular. There's been 4 games, by the way, on this one. 2 games in particular. The game before the last one on this surface, 174 was chased down, so it's not a big scoring pitch over the last little while. The last game you remember, because that was the super over game. That was just a couple of days ago. 158 played 158 and then the super over. Now what happened in that game is the first 5 overs on both sides when the teams are batting, first 5 overs, they're going like bats out of hell, smashing the ball all over the place. And they're going at 10 and over, each team, for the first 5 overs. Then suddenly, oops, the brakes were pulled up. And they went only at 5 runs and over after that. For the rest of the game, they only went at 6, and that's why they got just past the 150 mark, okay? So that track, when the spinners got involved, the seamers got involved, and there was intelligent bowling, that was when it was really good. So it was good work from the bowlers then. This track last night had a bit of a sprinkling of water. I just want to have a look at a couple of areas. I think it looks pretty good, actually. Just a couple of areas to have a look at. And I, first of all, want to go to the hard length area, and this is just around about here. And you'll see that there's not much cracking there. It's pretty good. It's absolutely fine. I think this is absolutely fine. There's no dramas there. But let's not forget about the spinners. Let's see what the spinners have got to bowl into. Again, very little again. So I think it's going to turn a little bit. So what I need to do is just tick off a couple of things. I think it's going to be fine. Because of the sprinkling last night, I think it's going to be bonding a little bit better. It's going to come on quite nicely, the bat, I think, particularly when the ball's nice and new. That's going to turn a little bit. That's going to happen. The seam is going to have to work hard and bowl the odd cutters like we normally see. So it won't be light and quick. It's just going to be a little bit on the slow side. But I think overall we can safely say this is going to be a pretty good surface. And I think we can go much higher than the 158 we had in the last game.
चलिए, पिचेस आर ऑन द स्लोअर साइड और थोड़ा ग्रिप कर रहा है, लेकिन एक चीज मैं पूछूंगा आपसे कि आज हवा चल रही है थोड़ी. एज अ फास्ट बॉलर जब आप आएंगे, डू यू फील ओके आई एम इन द गेम टुडे?
No, because it's too cold.
Okay.
और जब ज्यादा ठंड होती है तो स्विंग कम होता है. You remember that. ह्यूमिडिटी हो तो थोड़ा सा स्विंग ज्यादा होता है, लेकिन ये है कि इस पिच पे it will be hard work. It's not going to be easy. ये नंबर 1 पिच है जो कदाफी स्टेडियम में इस गोना बी टेस्ट मैच भी इसी पिच पे होना है. तो पिच इतना अच्छा बुरा नहीं होगा, बट ओनली थिंग इज who's gonna hold their nerves. That's the thing, because the knockout stage पे पिच मैटर नहीं इतना करती, इतना मैटर ये करता है कि कौन आके उसी तरीके से खेलता है जैसे वो नॉन नॉकआउट स्टेज पे खेलते हैं. सो दैट इज गोइंग टू बी द की.
देखना पड़ेगा आज जो है ये फिगर्स चेंज होते हैं कि नहीं, क्योंकि अब हम रेडी हैं टॉस के लिए. अभी तक देखा है कि बैटिंग फर्स्ट टीम्स प्रेफर कर रही हैं, लेकिन कल पेशावर ज़ल्मी ने बैटिंग फर्स्ट की. रन्स ऑन द बोर्ड उतने नहीं थे, सो जो भी कुछ करेंगे दे हैव टू एग्जीक्यूट देयर प्लान्स वेल. वी आर रेडी विद द टॉस. इट्स ओवर टू बाजिद खान.
Extremely cold breeze blowing here, but things are about to heat up. Eliminated 2, and it's toss time. Shaheen Shafridi, Shadab Khan, and the dapper Roshan Mahanama. Shaheen has the coin, I believe. Heads is the call. It's rolling. It's tails. Shaheen toss जीत के क्या करेंगे? बैटिंग करेंगे. पिछले मैच में आपने बॉलिंग की थी, चेस थी, आज बैटिंग करने की खास वजह क्या है?
आई थिंक कोशिश ये थी कि बैटिंग भी ज़्यादा है, लेकिन आई थिंक बॉल थोड़ा सा लो रहा है और कोशिश करेंगे कि बॉलिंग स्ट्रांग है कि तो उस पर ही जाए आज.
क्राउड की आवाज़ तो आपने सुन ली. ऐसा लगता है कि आपका 12, 13, 14 मैन यही है.
बिल्कुल ऐसे ही है. क्राउड ने काफ़ी सपोर्ट किया टीम को. इंशाल्लाह कोशिश करेंगे कि आज विनिंग स्ट्रीक के साथ जाए.
आपकी टीम में कोई चेंजेस?
सेम टीम.
गुड लक. शादाब, सुना है आपकी टीम में फुल स्ट्रेंथ ऑलमोस्ट हो गई है?
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम. जी बाजिद भाई, स्टर्लिंग वापस आया, लेकिन फौजली फ़हीम नहीं खेल पा रहे, तो वसीम जूनियर उसकी जगह है.
पिछला मैच आप चेस करके जीते हैं, आज भी वो अपॉर्चुनिटी मिल रही है आपको?
जी बिल्कुल बाजिद भाई, हमने भी टॉस जीत के बॉलिंग ही करनी थी, क्योंकि वेदर ऐसा, वेदर को देख के और अपनी स्ट्रेंथ को देख के ऐसे ही प्लान था हमारा.
वेदर अच्छा है कि बुरा है?
ऐसे वेदर में कभी खेले नहीं है, तो लेट्स सी क्या होता है.
लेकिन जो उस अप्रोच वही रहेगी इस्लामाबाद यूनाइटेड की जो होती है.
जी बिल्कुल, जो ब्रांड हम खेलते आ रहे हैं, हम कोशिश करेंगे उसी पे स्ट्रिक रहें और देखेंगे, कंडीशन को असेस करेंगे, उसके बाद अपना प्लान बनाएंगे.
चले, थैंक यू वेरी मच एंड गुड लक. So the news out here in the center is Lahore Qalandars have won the toss, are having the bat.
चलिए, लाहौर ने फैसला किया है होम ग्राउंड पे टॉस जीत के पहले बैटिंग करेंगे. जल्दी से आपसे पूछ लेते हैं, अच्छा है, नॉकआउट मैच है, स्कोरबोर्ड प्रेशर नहीं होगा और पिछली बार शायद ये मिस्टेक कर गए थे.
Yeah, I think runs on the board. जब इस तरह के knockout stage आता है ना, तो runs on the board is really key. So I feel कि it's a good decision. I mean, now they got to execute their plans really well. That's important bit.
बैटिंग के प्लान्स लाहौर को भी अच्छे एग्जीक्यूट करने पड़ेंगे बिकॉज दैट्स वन एरिया वेयर दे रियली स्ट्रगल।
बिल्कुल, और अब ये बात है कि इनके पास ऑप्शन और कोई रह नहीं गया। अच्छा टोटल पोस्ट करना पड़ेगा इस्लामाबाद के खिलाफ, और अब देखते हैं कि बैटिंग ऑर्डर ये किस तरह सेट करते हैं, क्योंकि चेज में फिर आपको आइडिया होता है कि आप पर रन रेट कितना चल रहा है। अब दे हैव टू गो 170 प्लस, तो टाइम बहुत कम है इनके पास।
चलिए जी, हमें ये तो नहीं पता कि चेंजेस क्या हैं, क्योंकि हमारे जितने दोस्त यहाँ हैं उन्होंने इतना शोर मचाया है। ब्रेक लेते हैं और इन्हीं की बात सुनते हैं कि कैसा फील कर रहे हैं आज।
द रीज़न इज सिंपल, ये हमारा अपना शहर है और हमारी टीम भी तगड़ी है इस दफ़ा, तो होपफुली इंशाल्लाह इस दफ़ा हम ट्रॉफी लेके जाएंगे।
लाहौर की टीम को सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, पहले भी मैच देखने आए थे, वो बात किस्मत से हम लूज़ हो गए हैं, बट आज इंशाल्लाह उम्मीद है कि हमारी टीम आज का जो मैच है वो लाजमी जीतेगी।
लाहौर के अंदर को सपोर्ट करने हैं और दुआ करते हैं कि लाहौर के अंदर जीत जाए और फाइनल मुल्तान सुल्तान के साथ खेले।
मेरा फेवरेट लाहौर है और मैं ज़्यादा शहीद अफरीदी को सपोर्ट करता हूँ।
सर, आज के मैच में इस्लामाबाद के साथ हूँ मैं, और पॉल स्टीलिंग और लेग सेल वापस आ गए हैं, तो आज के मैच में लाहौर को छोड़ना नहीं है हमने।
Back at the pitchside studio and it's all building up to be a fantastic match altogether. If you've just tuned in, Lahore Qalandars have won the toss and they have decided to bat first. आइए देखते हैं टीम्स की तरफ एक नजर डालते हैं। लाहौर कलंदर्स की टीम पे पहले नजर डालते हैं। अनचेंज जा रहे हैं मरीना।
बिल्कुल, अगेन थोड़ा बैटिंग स्ट्रेंथन की है। सुमित पटेल का बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल होगा। लास्ट मैच में भी उन्होंने बॉलिंग में भी सपोर्ट किया था। फिल सॉल्ट को अब ऊपर लाते हैं या नहीं पावर प्ले के लिए, ये देखना पड़ेगा। अब्दुल्ला शफीक है, कामरान गुलाम भी अच्छा कर लेते हैं, फ़खर जमान पे बहुत रिलाई करेंगे। मोहम्मद हफीज़ का चलना ज़रूरी है, क्योंकि टोटल पोस्ट कर रहे हैं तो बैटिंग इनको आज करनी पड़ेगी लाजमी। बॉलिंग ज़बरदस्त इनकी, शाहीन है, हारिस रऊफ है, जमान खान बहुत अच्छी बॉलिंग कर रहे हैं, और बीच में डेविड वीज़ा भी आके जो है वो कंटेन कर जाते हैं। बॉलिंग में इशू नहीं है, बैटिंग आज टेस्ट होगी।
Islamabad United with their big boys once again. I mean, वो जो उनको जो इशू था, जो ओपनिंग का जो उनको प्रॉब्लम्स हो रही थी, वो सॉल्व हो गई है। स्टर्लिंग इज कम बैक ही, आई डोंट नो कि 3 नंबर पे खेलेंगे ये ओपन का, मेरा ख्याल है कि ये ओपन ही करेंगे। मे बी जैक माइट कम डाउन 3, और फिर शादाब इज इन रेड हॉट फॉर्म, और आजम खान रियली सरप्राइज मी बिकॉज हिज फॉर्म इज वेरी क्रूशल, बड़ा अच्छा खेल रहे हैं। आसिफ थोड़ा सा ऑफ कलर जरूर है, लियम डाउसन फुल ऑफ कॉन्फिडेंस, दैट्स अ लॉन्ग बैटिंग लाइनअप। इनका अगर कोई इशू है तो वो थोड़ा सा बॉलिंग का है। बॉलिंग उतनी स्ट्रांग नहीं है जितनी लाहौर कलंदर्स की है, लेकिन अब ये बैटिंग सेकंड करेंगे तो इनके सामने टारगेट अगर आ गया तो दे कैन चेज डाउन एनी टारगेट।
अच्छा जी, ये तो होता रहेगा, डिस्कशंस भी होती रहेंगी, लेकिन अब वो लम्हा आ गया है जो कि सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट लम्हा है हमारे स्टूडियो का, विच इज एक्सपर्ट प्रेडिक्शंस। जी वकार भाई,
क्या लेडीज फर्स्ट ना? नो, नॉट टुनाइट।
चलें आप जैसे कहें, हम मरीना से स्टार्ट करते हैं। मरीना आप
स्पॉट में डाल रहे हैं।
हाँ,
नो, आई गो फर्स्ट। आई थिंक आई एम गोना बैक लाहौर कलंदर। मैं हमेशा सिकंदर को, पहले भी आप नहीं थी तो हम ये बात करते थे कि मगर दरिया में रह के मगरमच्छ से पैर नहीं लेते, तो लाहौर में अगर रहना तो लाहौर को बैक करना। ऑल्दो आई एम फ्रॉम मुल्तान।
ये आप उम्मीद कर रहे हैं या प्रेडिक्ट कर रहे हैं?
नहीं, आई एम प्रेडिक्टिंग that Lahore, I know they're both very good side, they're both very balanced side. I have a feeling, gut feeling here, because जब इतनी balanced टीमें हों कि Lahore Qalandar will do some magic tonight.
लाहौर है। हाँ जी मरीना,
मैं लाहौर में रहती हूँ, लेकिन आई एम बैकिंग इस्लामाबाद, क्योंकि बिग गन्स आर बैक और पिछला मैच जिस तरह जीता है काफी कॉन्फिडेंस होगा।
सिकंदर आप भी अपनी प्रेडिक्शंस बता दें जल्दी से।
लाहौर। मरीना का फैसला सुन के हारिस रऊफ कितने खुश होंगे, आइए सुनते हैं कि हारिस रऊफ क्या बात कर रहे हैं बाजिद खान से।
PSL throws up lots of fast bowlers, but the story began here for this one. He's been amazing since that. हारिस, PSL से ही आपकी कहानी शुरू हुई, उस वक्त और अब का हारिस रऊफ की बॉलिंग में स्पेशली क्या चेंजेस आई हैं जितनी आप क्रिकेट खेल चुके हैं?
देखिए, जब स्टार्ट किया था PSL से ही क्रिकेट स्टार्ट हुई बेसिकली। जिस तरह वो लाहौर के अंदर PDP ने मुझे पिक किया, और उसके बाद जिस तरह चांस मिला PSL के अंदर, और जिस तरह जब स्टार्ट किया उस टाइम थोड़ा बहुत इतना आइडिया था इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट का, बट जब खेला थोड़ा बहुत एक्सपोजर हुआ कि यार इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे क्या रिक्वायरमेंट है, उसके बाद जिस तरह खेलता गया, डिफरेंट जिस तरह की मॉडर्न क्रिकेट है उसके मुताबिक जिस तरह की बॉल्स रिक्वायर्ड होती हैं, जिस तरह फिटनेस रिक्वायर्ड होती है, उस पर काफ़ी काम किया। फिर जिस तरह पाकिस्तान के लिए खेलता रहा और पाकिस्तान में जिस तरह डिफरेंट कोचेस ने काम किया साथ में, तो काफ़ी कुछ सीखा।
फ़खर तो आपकी टीम से खेलता है, लेकिन आपके खिलाफ सबसे मुश्किल आपको किसको लगती है बॉलिंग करना इस HBL PSL में?
देखिए जिस तरह का यहाँ पे PSL में कंपटीशन है, जिस तरह के बैट्समैन है, जिस तरह रिजवान भाई हैं, बाबर भाई हैं, इनको थोड़ा टफ होता है बॉलिंग करते हुए, क्योंकि ये आपको अच्छे शॉट्स पर भी आपको हिट कर देते, अच्छी बॉल पर भी आपको ये हिट करते हैं। तो जो अच्छी बॉल पे हिट करे बैट्समैन, वो थोड़ा बहुत टफ टाइम देता है, तो इन जैसे बैट्समैन को थोड़ा मुश्किल होता है बॉलिंग करते हुए।
शाहीन कैप्टन है, फास्ट बॉलर है, ये ज़्यादा अच्छा है आपके लिए कि अगर बैट्समैन कैप्टन हो? फास्ट बॉलर मुझे लगता है आपको सूट करता है।
नो, जिस तरह फास्ट बॉलर एक फास्ट बॉलर की जो साइकी है वो समझ रहा होता है कि यार इससे फास्ट बॉलर की माइंड में क्या चल रहा है, और जिस तरह थ्रू आउट जिस तरह शाहीन ने कप्तानी की इस पूरे टूर्नामेंट में, और काफ़ी मज़ा आया उसके साथ, जिस तरह वो सपोर्ट कर रहा था पूरे प्लेयर्स, सारे प्लेयर्स को, और स्पेशली बॉलर्स के साथ जिस तरह वो बात कर रहा था। बट जिस तरह वो ये पूछता था कि यार तुम्हारे माइंड में क्या चल रहा है, इस सिचुएशन में तुम क्या बॉल करना चाहते हो, उसके मुताबिक मैं फील्ड ले लेता हूँ। तो ये एक अच्छी चीज़ थी कि कप्तान जो है खुद बॉलर को सपोर्ट कर रहा है, तो उससे वो काफ़ी कॉन्फिडेंस मिलता था।
कॉन्फिडेंस मिलता है। आज 150 से ज़्यादा करेंगे?
मैं तो हर मैच में ट्राई करता हूँ कि फास्ट जितनी बॉल कर सकूँ या जिस तरह की कंडीशन है उसके मुताबिक बॉल करूँ, वो ज़्यादा सूट करता है मुझे।
पेस टू बर्न।
जितनी तेज ये बॉलिंग करते हैं उतनी तेज ही बात भी करते हैं। पर चलिए चलते हैं फ्रॉम फास्ट बॉलिंग टू स्पिनर। इट्स एरन हॉलैंड विद लियम डॉसन।
Well, fresh off putting the icing on the cake for Islamabad United, I've got Liam Dawson alongside me. Liam, take me back to your thought process last night. You walk out, you know you're going to get 10 off the last over, and you just belted one for 6. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty clear, to be fair. I mean, you know, we had to hit boundaries. In a way, I had nothing to lose, and I thought we had wickets in hand, so if I got out, someone else was coming in. But thankfully, I got the job done.
Yeah, you certainly did, and obviously you play a massive part with the ball as well. You've been getting a lot of purchase on these wickets out here. What do you enjoy so much about the Lahore wickets?
I think the bounce has probably been a little bit lower than when I've been here before, so I've enjoyed that. But last night was a better pitch. It was more bounce. It was a little bit harder to bowl on spin-wise. But as I said, I've enjoyed the tournament so far, and hopefully tonight I can put another good performance in and win.
Yeah, how are the boys feeling heading into the game today? Obviously a lot of pressure. It's an at-home Lahore crowd who are already starting to make themselves heard. What's the feeling in the team, and what do you guys hope to bring tonight?
I think we're really excited. I mean, we've got Paul Sterling back tonight. Obviously Alex Hales is back as well, so I think we're near enough back to full strength from where we were a week or 10 days ago with all our injuries. So obviously very confident and excited about tonight.
Yeah, obviously up against some big hitters as well in the Qalandars. Who do you most enjoy, or least enjoy bowling to?
Well, they're all tough. I don't want to jinx it. But they're obviously a very good side. You know, you don't get to this stage in a competition without being a good side. So every team that's left in the competition is very good, and you just got to play your best cricket on the night and hopefully win.
Yeah, and any little sneaky tips you can give us with how you're going to attack the Qalandars today for you personally?
Try and do what I've been doing, and hopefully that comes off.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. You were brilliant last match, and we wish you all the best for tonight.
Pleasure, thank you.
जल्दी से वकार से बात करते हैं। आपने लाहौर को चूज किया है, टॉप हैवी है इस्लामाबाद, लेकिन लाहौर को अगर पावर प्ले एक्सट्रैक्ट करना है तो आप चाहेंगे कि फखर के साथ कोई पावर हिटर आए?
I mean, मेरा ये है कि मैं कहता हूँ कि फखर को अपनी नेचुरल गेम खेलनी चाहिए। फखर को ये नहीं सोच लेना चाहिए कि मैं लाहौर में खेल रहा हूँ, और कई दफ़ा होता ये है कि यू गेट बॉक डाउन सम टाइम, क्योंकि बड़ा मैच नॉकआउट सिस्टम, तो वो आपको कई दफ़ा पुल डाउन कर लेता है, एंड देन यू गो इन अ शेल। Abdullah Shafiq, I feel is a good player, is a fine player, but yeah, I'm happy with Abdullah Shafiq, to be honest. I know you not. You want Salt to open.
देखिए 4 मैचेस में 36 रन है, nothing about him.
नहीं, that I understand. Form तो खैर बहुत सारों की ऐसी होती है, but I mean there is always another day. So I feel, you know, they can do it, but do they want to do it? I'm not sure.
अच्छा, मेरे ख्याल से जल्दी से आप भी बता दें फिल सॉल्ट होना चाहिए, क्योंकि यहाँ पे डिफरेंस ऑफ ओपिनियन हो रहा है।
ये जाहिर है पावर प्ले जो डोमिनेट करेगा वो ये।
चलें ब्रेक लेते हैं, ब्रेक के बाद पता चल जाएगा कि आते हैं फिल सॉल्ट के नहीं।